Thank you. And I wanted to re-clarify, Dave. You said it was in our lease. The information about chemicals. I went over and I got my copy because I thought I had my copy at home, but I can't seem to find that in the lease.
About the fact that there is an environmental restoration program that is put forth when you sign the lease. There's pages about that in the back of the lease. And then if you want more information regarding any specifics, here we are. There's an ongoing environmental
amendments, so I'll ask for amendments.
Well, other supplemental, the initial pages, name, etc. But there are in the current leases I've seen in the back sections alerting residents that there's an environmental.
That would be the current leases.
We've been here since 2007. For 2007? All right, I'll pursue that on my own. So my question is about this Prop 65 signage. As a resident with a teenage child who is now in her reproductive years, she walks out and she sees this sign, and we have no clue really that this was coming, and it was just there. And she's like, "What?" And I snapped a photo because I just couldn't believe my eyes either. And I've been really very concerned since then, and so has she, about continuing to stay here when, yes, I've been on those Navy bus tours, and we were told this is a safe island. And we had the radiological study done at our place, and we were told we were cleared. And so I've assured her, we're okay, honey. Yeah, but I've seen those toxic signs, and I go to those meetings, and it's where we're protecting ourselves, or they're protecting us, and doing their due diligence, even though I've asked for air monitors near us, because that's a concern that we didn't get a follow-through on. But at one meeting, a Navy person said, "Oh yeah, we have lots of them, we can do that." That's when Keith was here. That week later, they called me and said, "We can't do that." Okay. We wanted a monitor in our area, and since then, before then, I had developed asthma and COPD living here, so I'm very concerned about it. The air and the toxins, and what's on this Prop 65 list that I had to go and ask for. I didn't have that, and there was no cover letter, just some consideration that our children live here, and there are like 20 kids playing out in front of our building on any given weekend, and those parents with babies in arms are coming out and they're seeing this sign. My child is going to be pregnant, maybe, if she's blessed. Someday, laying there in bed, when you go through that, the women who've had babies, you just think of everything. And she's going to think back on these days, and so I need answers. I went to my property manager to get those answers. And I think they're concerned about what can they say, what can't they say. So I've also since gone to speak with Peter Somerville, and he was terrific. He was very open about the answers, and that he would pursue having a meeting with our property managers to see what we could do to come together on giving the residents more information. I don't know if assurance is the correct word. That is not a word my property manager was comfortable with. He said that was not his job, and I said that's my job. I am Mama Bear, that's my job. But I need the information. An example that he gave me, and I'm going to get this a little bit wrong, so somebody in the room can correct it, is, and I said, well, the paint. We had our building repainted from a very big flood. Can I tell her that's safe? And the paint that we didn't have repainted, is that safe? And he said, well, these buildings were built in 1980. It was in 1978 that, I think it was lead. Was that what it was? Was outlawed. Did I get that right? Yes. So I don't know that my unit was built in 1980 for sure, but he said so. But some other people are saying, no, that's not right. So I don't know. We just need facts. We need to know where to go to get them when we don't come to that meeting. If we don't come for whatever reason, maybe our child is sick. Maybe we're dealing with health issues, so that could go on. And my last question is about my time expired. Toxins that are listed. How do we find out what's under our building, in our building, around our building? And how do we find out what interacts with what on this list or not on this list that we need to be aware of? And how can we protect ourselves and our children? Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's all about making sure that you're safe, that you can get the information you want, and to make it clear to you. And so the Navy, what we are constantly doing is our community outreach as multifacets that we started to talk about today, and that's something we continue to do, and to try and get you the information. Specifically around your building, we have reports that should be available in different forms, either online or in the information repository. You can look at your building and you can figure out what was next to it. Most of it has probably already been removed, so it's probably not there anymore. And what was there was underground, and before anyone moved in, they agreed that it was safe to live there because it was underground.
But you can't dig in your backyard.
And that's why you may have a restriction like that. So to get the information, or just ask us, and we'll always be there to give you the information specifically about where you live. Regarding the Prop 65, another layer of information that is disseminated by City San Francisco, another organization, another layer of information to make sure that folks know about this. And it's part of the long history of Prop 65, right? From putting those signs in the jetways to now at Walmart, to let people know about, Prop 65 and what it's designed to do. And that's the city doing that. So I'd encourage you to continue your dialogue with them, and including San Francisco Department of Public Health, which is obviously a key part in this broader discussion about this. Because these signs aren't just at Treasure Island, right? They're probably, and they're like I said, there's one at Walmart that popped up the other day.
There's none on my building.
I was going to respond.
There's none on mine.
And so I think Mr. Beck
May I?
from TIDA may be able to shed some light.
Bob
Sorry,
Beck
thank
with
you.
TIDA. Need to clarify
Thank
a little bit about Prop 65. Prop 65 is a state law, and March of this year, the Office of Environmental Health and Hazard Assessment adopted new regulations which are effective July 1st of this year. As it related to residential rental properties. So the signs that you have seen were posted by John Stewart Company, and John Stewart Company have posted those signs across all the properties that they manage, Treasure Island or elsewhere. Now you should be able to get more information from your property manager about some of the chemicals of concern. Some of them that are listed on the state's website include asbestos, lead, and also formaldehyde, which is for those that aren't familiar, is commonly in building insulation. So this is a standard notice required on all residential rental properties, effective July 1st of this year. But for more information on the construction materials in your building, you should check with your property manager.
Thank you for that clarity. And you had a final,
Yes, where do we go? You said I could come by and see you if I don't feel like I've gotten the information I need from my property manager, because I have done that twice now. Oh, thank you.
appreciate it.
And also the information repository at the San Francisco Main Library has all of our environmental documents, and the website.
That website, I can, but it's a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I can also, so next week there will be some air monitoring reports that are going up on the site too. I don't know if they're near your home, but those are going up.
What is
And
that?
There's 3 reports going on the website next week. Yeah, and you can always call me for more information.
Thank you. A lot of ADHD going on, sorry about that. So what I was going to say was, that night I went to the place I was told to go look around for signs. I did it. I landed at McDonald's. I have a kid, a teenager, and there's the sign right in front of my spot that says, this facility is known under Prop 65 to use chemicals that cause cancer and reproductive harm. The chemical begins with the letter A, and I don't know what it is, and it's used in blah, 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 blah. So I think that was very commendable of McDonald's to do that. My point is, I'm not sure I want more signage on our building. In fact, I'd like to take the sign off of my building. I don't think mothers who are bringing their kids over for sleepovers are going to let their children stay there overnight even. Like, I am sorry. We're going back home, and they can come to our house. Talk to the property manager. So talking to the property manager. But if we're all doing this in unison, and John Stewart is directing that, I just want to say that we've been through a lot as residents. And some of us have health concerns that are very real and we've dealt with through the times of the redevelopment. Please be mindful of how this is presented further to us. I have to explain this every night to my daughter. I haven't slept well since, and how you communicate the information in clear, concise terms, easily accessible. Remind us where we can go get it. Remind the children where they can go get it if they need to. Like, Mommy, what does that mean? You know, and does it have to be on the front of our building? Maybe there's a little brainstorming in that meeting with Peter Somerville. Maybe on the mailboxes or something, on the sides of the mailboxes. That's an idea. Thank you so much.